Hello there, and welcome back to the ASMR Critique, the channel that is going to help you mellow out in these troubling times. Today, I have something very special for you all. I am going to be reviewing my 3 favorite keyboards. These are keyboards that have helped me through thick and thin, and been constant companions through my writing adventures. Yes, I am a self-published author. I have 2 books on the Kindle store, and I'm aiming to get them published in other channels, but haven't really had the time. There is a link to my Amazon author bio in the description. So yeah, writing is my hobby, and I think it's pretty safe to say that most modern writers really know the value of having a good keyboard. A good keyboard can make or break your work ethic for many different reasons. Ergonomics is a good factor. The travel time from one key to another. You definitely want a keyboard that matches the size of your hands. I personally have fairly large hands. Maybe not like super large, but definitely larger than average. So, the kind of keyboards that I appreciate allow me to flex my fingers a little bit, so to speak, so they're not all like crunched up. I also have a typewriter, but I won't be using it in this video. So first off, I will start with the oldest one in my collection. This is actually more than a keyboard. This is a Alphasmart Neo 2 writing desk. These Alphasmart writing desks were used for academic purposes, but they have become a favorite tool among writers because when using them, you aren't connected to the internet, and so you won't have any of those pesky distractions or notifications. I myself have taken my writing tablet to many a cafe or bookstore, or even on a hike. Once I hiked the 8-mile trail in Yosemite National Park, and I brought along my Alphasmart Neo 2 writing tablet, just so I could get some ideas down, and it was fantastic. I was able to write an entire chapter of my book. On this tablet, you can have up to 8 different files, and you can open them all pretty quickly. Once you actually get to the files, you only really have 5 lines of dialogue visible. But in my opinion, that is plenty. You can also quickly clear the file with this button here, but I won't do that. There are other applets on here, but I have not explored them in detail, as I only use this for writing. I've only taped this up so it doesn't get dirt in there. And of course, you can easily get this text on your computer via USB. I've only ever used it with Mac OS X and Windows 7, but the USB is pretty much plug and play. And on top of all that, this can and does function as a USB keyboard for your computer, if you want to use it for that purpose. I really love this writing tablet. Another great benefit of it is that the batteries last forever. I put in a fresh new pair of batteries on this thing, and it literally lasted me an entire year. And that's with pretty significant use. As for the cons, I would say the only real con is if you are a very fast typist, and I'm talking like 110 words per minute, I type about 120, and you expect your machine to keep up with your super fast typing, then this may not be for you because the display lags behind your inputs. So sometimes you can type something and not see it appear for a little bit as the system has to register your keystrokes. It's not really a problem though, and it has never made a significant difference for me as a writer to have that delay. But I see how it could be a sticking point for some people. I am going to do a bit of typing on my Neo 2 just so you can hear what it sounds like. Is the Alphasmart Neo 2. If you have any questions about this awesome device, please let me know in the comments and I will try to answer any questions that you may have. I've been using this for 4 years now and it's been very, very reliable for me. Sometimes it has issues with turning on, but I've just gotta jiggle the batteries or press it once or twice. This is what it looks like on the back. There are supposed to be 2 rubber feet over there, but they have worn out and fallen off. It is a little heavier than it looks. But it is a heck of a lot cheaper than a dedicated laptop. And the screen will give your eyes a lot less strain than if you are writing on a blue screen device such as a tablet. For aspiring writers who just want to be able to write, I would highly recommend the Alphasmart Neo 2. The only con for this thing is the sort of input lag if you are typing way too fast. So you can type as fast as you want and the words will appear on there. It's just the display may take a small bit of time to catch up. It's not that significant. And I don't think it would affect most writers in the slightest. I would give my Alphasmart Neo 2 a 9.0 out of 10 because of how reliable it is. The next keyboard I'd like to show you is a keyboard I used to write a pretty significant chunk of my romance book. Now, this is a Goldtouch keyboard. I got it used on eBay. The model number is KFKE88YQ. And this keyboard is the Latin American model. It is a split keyboard, and you can change the angle of the split pretty significantly. So just by lifting this latch here, you can change the angle of the keyboard. You can change the angle quite significantly, as you can see. Obviously, this is a much older model keyboard, and I did need to buy an adapter in order to get it to work via USB. But honestly, that adapter only cost me like $5. This keyboard is extremely reliable, and it also feels very, very comfortable. The only issue I have with it is that I bought the Latin American layout, which was cheaper, but some of the keys are arranged differently, so I have to kind of remember that when I'm typing. It's not a big deal for me since I use the keyboard for word processing, but if you are doing programming, then I would not recommend getting a keyboard not in your native language, obviously. One of the things I love about this keyboard is that the keys feel very soft and the clickiness of it. The keys are soft to push down but have a really nice spring back. That way it gives me a chance to sort of stretch out my back and shoulder and neck muscles and to not be working the same muscles over and over again. I really love how adjustable this keyboard is. I have switched its layout so many times, I can't even tell you. You may not think you'll ever want a keyboard like this, but that day may come where you have strained one hand but not the other and want to be able to type very comfortably. This keyboard has got your back. I would give this keyboard kind of an 8.5 out of 10. If I was just judging it based on the ergonomics and the feel of the keys, this keyboard would probably get top marks, but it loses a little bit because it lacks compatibility with various devices, and it's fairly hefty to bring around and to store. I don't feel comfortable transporting this keyboard for purposes of work. I would prefer to keep it in my home and not move it around too much. The weight can be a bonus though, because sometimes you really do want to have a lot of weight so you don't easily move the keyboard. Probably the biggest issue I have with this keyboard is how noisy it is. I mean, seriously, listen to this. It's like a cacophony of sounds every time you type. I'm I'm very close to the mic right now, but it's not super loud. That's the other thing I love about this keyboard. It is very easy to type on. It's very easy to use, and it's very convenient to use. You can have it in all sorts of different positions. One of my favorite things to do is to combine this keyboard with another keyboard and type with one hand, like way off to the side, and my other hand off to another side. And last but not least, we are going to look at my favorite keyboard of all time. This one wins for me, hands down. This is the Logitech K780 keyboard. It is a Bluetooth and USB wireless keyboard. The 0 key on the numerical pad broke off during an impact once, and I haven't found a good way to reattach it yet. So this keyboard is not indestructible, but it has gone through a lot, and it has been very, very reliable for me. It's very easy to switch between your 3 different devices. Simply switch the device on and pick from device 1, 2, or 3 right here. So I have 1 set to my phone, 2 set to my computer, and 3 set to a tablet. This keyboard is perfect for my larger hands because there is some space between the keys. The keys are very clicky, so they bounce right back. You can tap them very quickly and have no issues of keys getting stuck at all. The keyboard is fairly light and can be brought with you very easily. I would say that it's fairly portable, so that's really great. I would just say to not place anything directly on it for obvious reasons. You don't want to wear out the keys. I write so much with this keyboard that I barely notice that it's there. And as I've said before, my writing speed is over 120 WPM when I'm fast. And this keyboard can keep up with me in every way, no problem. The only issue I may have with this keyboard is if you leave it off long enough, it kind of goes into a power save mode, where you have to hit a key twice to wake it up, but that has never really bothered me at all. The Bluetooth Bluetooth and the wireless USB both have pretty good range, I can bring this keyboard into my living room, and my Logitech unifying receiver will still pick it up about 12 feet away and through a wall. I haven't really tested it beyond that. It's got a very nice lip right up here where you can place your phone or tablet for writing on the go. I have a Galaxy S10 with an OtterBox, and it just barely fits. But if I take off my case, it fits very well. I wish they made the lip a little thicker or more adjustable, so you can clamp on to your tablet or mobile device and adjust the angle of the screen. That would be incredible. This keyboard is a tad on the heavy side. That can be a pro or a con depending on your preferences. I personally like the weight because it doesn't shift around when you're using it. There was another Logitech keyboard that I tried out. It was a smaller keyboard. That thing is, to me, inferior in every way to this one. So without further ado, let me do some test typing on it. Because this is the best keyboard I have ever used, I can't give it anything less than a 9.7 out of 10. I would give it a 7 because of the sleep function and the fact that there is no way to have it be a wired keyboard, which I think I would prefer sometimes if I would just want to save the battery. Although the battery life on this thing is fairly good, and I have no complaints about it. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope that you liked it. If you enjoyed this video, I would be extremely grateful if you could like or comment or subscribe on it in order to help me grow this channel. I will be doing all sorts of videos on this channel. Not just ASMR videos, but audiobook readings and takes on popular culture and media, as well as role plays, and I may even do videos that are just sound textures. If you have any requests, please let me know in the comments and I will see what I can do about them. I really enjoy making this sort of content. Please let me know if you want a video of just typing sounds, because I would be very happy something like that. Thank you so much.